After almost 6 hours, firemen finally brought the blaze under control. Known dead are listed at 22, with 11 missing and 34 injured. Susan?
And locally, awareness monitors staged a pre-dawn raid on a suburban housing facility, headquarters for a cult dedicated to the revival of the observance of illegal holidays. Ringleader Michael Gorman and the other zealots shouted the ancient obscenity that has become a cult rallying cry. There was also an attempt made to sing. The group is charged with conspiracy, treason, and misuse of energy in the first degree. The latter is punishable by extermination.
That's it. Your reality report for Survival Day 3651. And now for our own mid-morning awareness reminder from Theater Cole. Before cold chaos, through cold the millennium. Coal, coal, coal.
Discipline, conservation, production. This is reality. If you doubt, use your reality gauge.
Before cold chaos, through cold the millennium. Coal, coal, coal.
Insight. Stories of modern man's search for meaning, freedom, love, insight.
Susan? What's the matter?
If I told you, I'd be misusing energy.
You'd better be careful.
That's right. Don't look at me. Non-productive use of energy, criminal. Merry Christmas.
What did you say?
The ancient obscenity that Michael Gorman shouted as the awareness monitors took him away. Merry Christmas.
Stop saying that.
What do you suppose it means?
It means instant extermination if anyone overhears you.
But what does it mean?
It was a non-productive ritual from the violent and decaying world of yesterday.
David, look at me. Look at me. I can't go on like this. Day after day, feeding millions of people nothing but defeat and despair.
We are putting them in touch with reality.
Reality.
It's our job. We do it and we survive. They survive.
If this is reality, it isn't enough.
It's all there is. We must accept that to survive.
I keep hoping.
You what?
That things will get better, that somehow we'll discover there's more to survival than what our reality gauge shows us.
Susan, don't, please. Don't talk like that.
Don't you ever hope, David?
If I do, if I ever start to have those subversive thoughts, I do my reality exercises.
Don't. Just this once. Be subversive. Be reactionary. Be human. Hope with me, David. Tell me you have hope, please.
All right, I do. In spite of myself, I do. But Susan, what's the good of it? It'll only get us into trouble.
Who are you?
Don't you realize you could be arrested for doing that?
Spoken like a music critic. Mozart would agree with you.
Please, don't do that.
I'm not whistling anymore.
You're smiling.
Is that against the law, too?
It can lead to laughing and other energy-wasting excesses.
Whose law is this?
Cole's.
The law of survival. For man to survive, energy must only be expended in productive and state-approved channels.
You mean to say that you sent for me just to tell me not to whistle or smile?
We didn't invite you.
Sure you did. I got your message loud and clear. Both of you sharing a hope.
Who are you?
Why don't you call me George? Oh, here, this is called a handshake.
Where did you come from?
Well, I was right nearby, actually, when the two of you started hoping. And when two people get together in the name of hope, I just got to be there.
The law is right. Hoping is a waste of time and energy. How can anyone hope in the face of that?
What's that?
The ultimate reality.
Ooh, not for me it isn't.
Death is the ultimate reality for every human being.
There's nothing ultimate about it. Transitional. You know, every time I look at that, makes me want to laugh.
No, don't.
Them bones, them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them bones, them dry bones. Oh,
Excuse me. I thought perhaps my husband was still here.
No, Mrs. Drill. He left immediately after the broadcast.
Are you rehearsing a crime show?
Not exactly.
I thought I heard someone singing.
that was me.
No one sings now.
George was just describing the outrageous behavior of those criminals who were arrested today.
Where did you learn to sing?
Oh, it just comes naturally to me, Mrs. Drill.
Not according to the law.
Oh, singing is as natural as breathing, or smiling, or praying.
George is joking.
Which is also against the law.
Margaret!
Curtis, I was looking for you and I met this remarkable person.
You're not wearing your reality gauge. Dangerous.
I have my reminders.
Replace it. Margaret?
Do you know that could have been the end for all of us? Susan, we can't be seen with this energy waster.
Go if you're afraid.
But I don't want to leave you.
Now, that's a good sign. That's it. Look into his eyes. Look into her eyes, man. That's a better gauge of who you are than what's in there. Besides, it gets you closer to the ultimate reality, too. Well, you two don't need me just now, but I'm sure we'll get together later on. Keep smiling.
What's that?
It's just a plant.
Are we gonna eat it?
No.
Then why do you have it? Why are you hiding it?
I have it because it's beautiful. It gives me pleasure just looking at it. Even when I can't see it, it makes me happy remembering it, just knowing it's there. I'm hiding it because it's a crime to waste energy on non-edible plants.
It's nice.
The world used to be full of beautiful flowers. They grew in parks, in people's yards, and in window boxes. And they had names like lilac, calendula, lily of the valley, petunia. Oh, they were so lovely.
Mom, don't cry.
Oh, Jeffrey, I hope someday you'll live to see a world where beauty and laughter and joy aren't crimes. Where a mother can tell her children to go outside and play without being afraid she'll be arrested.
Play?
Is having fun, enjoying yourself. Doing things that aren't state approved. Oh, there used to be wonderful games for kids. I used to play them myself. Run, sheep, run. Simon Says, leapfrog, hide and go seek.
What was that other funny word you said? Hope?
That means to believe no matter what, that things can get better. Things will get better.
Well, I hope someday you won't have to hide your plant, Mom. Maybe I could play. Have fun, like you said.
Well said, my man.
How'd he get in?
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm a fool for hope. I also like African violets. And nobody plays a better game of run, sheep, run. What you doing that for, Jeff?
I almost smiled.
Oh, yeah? Well, almost smiles don't count. You gotta give it the full treatment. Come on, Jeff, let go.
How do you know my name when I don't know yours?
George. You call me George. Now, how about that smile? Huh? It's coming. I can feel it. Ta-da! There it is. Beautiful.
Oh, you shouldn't encourage him.
Well, I thought you were hoping for something better for him.
If his father sees him smiling, he'll be sent to a conditioning camp.
Don't be afraid of him doing something that's natural, something that's God-given. Rather be afraid that he denies his joy, stifles laughter, wastes his life staring into that awful emptiness.
George, what do you do? I mean, like, what's your job?
Well, I like to do a little bit of everything. Whatever needs doing, I like to try my hand at it. Sometimes that leaves me with my hands full. But I'm a pretty fair juggler. What about you?
What is it?
That's a ball. The simplest, most useful toy ever conceived of by man. You can juggle them, bounce them, play a game of catch for two, keep away for three, and on and on and on. There, you keep it. That's an early Christmas present. Or a late one.
Christmas? That's one of those old holidays.
Right. A birthday.
Is it all right, Mom? Thanks.
You're welcome. Why don't you go on out and play?
I don't know how.
Oh, well, it'll come to you. It's as simple as smiling.
Bye.
Bye. Once you start hoping, you have to be ready for those hopes to be realized.
Are you going?
Your husband's coming back. I'm not ready for a confrontation with him just yet.
Will we see you again?
Of course. Once you let me into your life, I'm very difficult to get rid of.
If you want something, point.
Can I ask you about...
Idle talk, Jeffrey, is just a waste of energy.
What is a holiday?
Where did you hear that word?
Well, the reality report. They shouted Merry Christmas.
Obscenity, Jeffrey! Don't you ever say that word again.
What does it mean?
It's an ancient and wasteful holiday that they had this time of year. Oh, well, I might as well make this conversation productive. Jeffrey, before coal, men were ignorant and they were wasteful. They set aside entire days that they called holidays just for misuse.
Why would they do that?
They believed men needed times in their lives when they're not pressured, not thinking about gross national product, satisfying other needs.
Weird.
Destructive. Self-destructive. They wasted enough energy on that one day they called Christmas. They could have powered our society with it for months.
But what did they do?
Well, there were rituals, games, special music.
It was worse than that, Jeffrey. I just can't tell you how bad it was before coal. Murder, arson, assault, rape, everybody frightened to death. People afraid to go out in the streets. They were afraid in their own homes. There were terrorist gangs roving at will. They had handmade atomic weapons that they used to terrorize government and industry and bring them to their knees. Overseas, our treacherous enemies stockpiling weapons and just waiting for a chance to pounce on us. It seemed as if we were completely doomed. But then, there came a man of such clear-eyed vision, such unwavering strength, Jeffrey, that he was able to turn us around. He was able to bring us back from the brink of disaster. And he led us into this promised land of peace and security that we enjoy so much today.
But, Daddy...
Now, that's enough idle talk. It's time for coal. Before coal, chaos. Through coal, the millennium. Coal, coal, coal.
Lower your expectations, emotionally and materially. We must cut consumption by 10% this coming year, increase production by 10%. The balance will result in a safe and secure society for now, and will produce a better world of peace and plenty for our great-grandchildren. To help bring this about, you are required to report anyone you see or hear violating vital energy direction laws. And if you are tempted to relax discipline, practice your reality exercises. Never be without this essential tool.
Before coal, chaos. Through coal, the millennium. Coal, coal, coal.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Well, then go do something useful.
I don't have to have anything useful to do until I go to the Reality Contemplation Center. And Daddy says when I don't have anything useful to do, I should just sit quietly and not waste energy.
Well, sit quietly outside, okay?
Hiya, kids. What's happening? Hey, what are you guys doing just sitting there like two bumps in a log?
Hey, George, this is Steve.
Oh, hi, Steve.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
Hey, what do you say? Let's get some action going around here. This is a playground, isn't it? When kids are on a playground, they're supposed to play.
This is the Reality Contemplation Center.
Oh, yeah? Well, it used to be a playground. You can still sort of feel the excitement. Crack of a ball on a bat, scraping your shoes on a hopscotch game, girls chanting as they jump rope down in the valley where the green grass grows, right? And then the swings flying up and up and up into the sky. And the little kids with their pails and their shovels playing in the sand pile. And two friends on a teeter-totter.
Teeter-totter?
What's a teeter-totter?
You don't know what a teeter-totter is? Well, here, get up and I'll show you. Turn that one over. Move that one out of the way. That's right. We'll put this right here. We'll balance. Okay, Steve, you're down there. Jeff, you're down there. Yeah, give up the ball. You sit on in. Now, you push off like this. That's it. You got it. Stay. There's one.
You're under arrest.
Don't arrest George, Daddy.
And you'll go home immediately.
What are the charges against me?
Wholesale corruption of minors, treason, multiple counts of misuse of energy to the first degree. The rest of you disperse now and there'll be no charges brought against you. Immediately!
Have fun, kids. Enjoy. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy.
You may bring in the accused.
Good morning, Chief of Awareness Drill.
Silence. You will face the bench for sentencing.
Sentencing? Haven't you forgotten something? What about the trial?
We don't waste time or energy with trials.
Figures. Justice is as obsolete as joy.
Your crimes against the people are a matter of record. You have also incited others to follow your misguided adventures. You've been seen advocating treasonous behavior in the state television studios, at the Contemplation Center, and in a private home. Therefore, as a representative of the people, it is my solemn duty to sentence you to...
Wait a minute. I get no defense counsel, no jury, no chance to present evidence. Then at least I demand the right to speak on my own behalf.
There is no such right. Nothing you say can save you.
Might save you and them. I'm going to appeal your decision to a higher court.
There is no higher court.
Don't you bet on it. You're not saving humanity. You're erasing it.
We have upgraded our society in every way. We've doubled our gross national product in the last 10 years. We have armed ourselves so effectively that nobody dares attack us now. Internally, crime is at the lowest ebb ever.
What would you call the slow murder of the entire population?
Stroke, hypertension, and heart attacks are unheard of.
And so are peak experiences, brainstorms, flights of fancy.
We live longer.
I happen to know something about life, how it all began. what its possibilities are, its potentials. You know, there's a universe full of life on 1,000,000 different levels.
Monitors.
No, please, no, let me finish. No, let me finish.
All right, releasing.
In its own way, even a stone has life. It has its own energy, and it survives. And a plant certainly has life. And the way it thrives and blooms and fades, it's glorious. Then there are the animals, each in its own way, perfect. But what we're onto here is something special, unique, to be alive as a human being. And we have this energy too, same as the plants and the animals. The difference is, we have a chance to choose what we're going to do with it. We can either hoard it and all become automatons, or we can take a little bit of this energy and turn it into a smile. Or take a little more and turn it into a laugh. Or reach out for that larger happiness by whistling or humming or singing. And if the joy is working within you with a very special power, you can push out even further and create a tune all of your own. Or paint a picture or write a poem.
If the accused can't contain himself,
It's the gift of joy that makes you human.
I hereby sentence you to immediate extermination.
You can't exterminate hope. Men have been trying to do that since the beginning of history. Hope goes underground, but it survives. And it'll survive you and your unnatural law.
Take him away!
Everybody out there, have a good time. Keep smiling. And have
On
a
the
very,
local
very
scene,
Christmas.
Awareness
Merry
Chief
Christmas.
Curtis Drill moved swiftly against an apparent one-man conspiracy dedicated to encouraging misuse of human energy. The man, who gave his name as George, an apparent alias, was arrested as he incited a number of minors to illegal acts at a reality contemplation center. Chief Drill was forced to discipline members of his own family. George was sentenced to extermination.
Thank you, Susan. Elsewhere on the reality front, awareness monitors to...
He was absolutely right. Everything George said is true.
Susan.
You're not a person if you can't smile, if you can't play, if you can't feel joy. We weren't given life to waste it like this. Throw away your reality gauges. It's only separating you from the truth about yourself. Everybody out there, throw them away.
Susan.
Instead, look into the eyes of someone you care about. David, look at me. Look into my eyes. This is reality.
Everybody, turn to the person next to you and look at him or her. Really look.
When George shouted it today, I wanted to shout it back. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, everyone!
Merry Christmas!
Merry
Christmas!
Merry Christmas, everyone! Ladies, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
Go to black! Go to black!